Hello, and welcome to Live from Beyond. My name is Nick, and I will be hosting our Apocalypse World session tonight. Let's get right to our introduction of our three characters.
Alright, my name is Kim. I'm playing Marlon, the driver.
My name is Kevin, and I'm playing Fuckface, the Faceless.
And I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Owen, the Quarantine.
So, last time, we met our characters, and one other who unfortunately could not be here with us tonight, but that's all right. And we found you guys in the encampment of Almost, out on the outskirts of San Diego, somewhere in this horrific post-apocalyptic future. And Owen, you had been offered a job by Joey DeBone, who you were not necessarily too pleased with, it seemed like. But Joey DeBone needs some help because somebody's coming to town in San Diego and wants to rough shit up, it sounds like. And Fuckface, I believe that you found the remains of a dead pig, Michael Anders, may he rest in pieces, and also perhaps the remains of something else. It seemed like a small child. Had been buried out there. And Marlon, your poor car, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head.
Arlene or something like that?
Audrey.
Like that.
Sheila.
Audrey, yeah. Audrey got a little boo-boo, but you were able to find the part for it, which is always good. So all in.
I'm waiting for the part to come in. The next delivery.
Yeah. So all in an average day in the lives of our. I hesitate to call you guys heroes because that's clearly not what any of you are. But,
well, I am, but you know.
So anyway, what'd you say?
Fuckface is not a hero.
No, Fuckface is definitely not even a little bit of a hero. So here we are in the encampment of Almost, which I'll switch you over to the desert view that Almost overlooks. So Almost is on the outskirts of the Anza Borrega Desert, which is outside of San Diego. So you're a little ways away from the city itself. There's not exactly a road between here and there, but there's ways to get there using Audrey, and Marlon is quite intimately familiar with them. So I think the last thing that we ended on might have been the remains of the child. And before we go further, I just wanted to know, Fuckface, if you were doing anything about what you found or not.
Well, before we jump in there, we probably should get our highlights.
Yes.
And I have a past thing that's supposed to happen at the beginning of every session.
You
So
have to roll your sharp to start off every session, right?
yes, indeed.
All right.
So do you want to do the highlights, or do you want to do my past?
Let's start with Owen. Let's
All
see
right.
what's going on.
All right, so let's roll some sharp.
Please do.
Oof, good, get that out of the way. So you choose, the MC chooses a question and I answer it. I just sent you my sheet, so you have the questions in front of you.
Yes. Okay. Oh, right, your particular sheet. Okay, that's awesome. Is it gonna work?
Which is actually fillable as well, so you can check off which ones we've done.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Here. So you rolled a 2?
Yeah, which just means that it's a miss, so you get to choose a question and I answer it.
Oh, that's always my favorite. I would love to do that. Just need to go to your past. All right. Well, I will choose the question while you guys start highlighting each other's stats.
Okay.
To save time. So, Owen, why don't you start with telling the person with the best history with you to highlight a stat for you.
Fuckface has the highest history with me.
Right. And what is your playbook again?
He's
Quarantine.
The quarantine. That's right. All right. Well, I want to see you get hot.
All right.
And I want to see you get sharp, since your sharp just kind of let you down. I want to see what's going to happen here.
All right.
Should I go next? Owen is the highest for me.
All right. I think you're going to get some pressure from the bone this time around, so let's see how cool you can stay.
So cool. You guys don't even know.
Sorry, what did you highlight for him?
Cool.
Is cool. I'm gonna need to see your hot because there's always at least one person who's hot we need to see.
All right. I mean, we got a hot, but that's fine. We can get another hot.
I said at least one.
All right, fair enough.
All right, and you fuckface.
Yeah. So Marlon.
Alright, I want to see Fuckface get real weird.
That's gonna happen, regardless of what your choice is. But you can still choose weird.
Yeah, Marlon. Good call there. All right, let's see. I feel like you're probably too cool under pressure, so I want to see your sharp.
All right. All right.
I'm mostly curious to see how you like react if you read people or situations since you don't talk. I want to know how you follow up on that.
Well, that's the fun. That's the fun of this.
I
Hey,
guess
so-
it's fun. I guess we're gonna see whether it's fun or not, huh?
One other
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm committed just to this course of action, so we'll find out whether or not. Either
Yeah.
way.
as far as like beginning of session stuff, are we doing this thing where we spend like 1 or 2 barter for lifestyle?
No, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, good.
No, I mean, first of all, this is like 10 minutes later. In my mind, I don't care about you guys particularly upkeeping this. We're going to see if there's even anybody left in the next 2 hours to spend your barter with. So, like,
All
let's
right.
not worry
Set
about that
this
until next
Whole
session.
place on fire.
So Owen, I have chosen, and well, maybe it's not the most interesting on there, but I want to know who you lost.
All right. Check this. All right. There we go.
And if you say fuckface and Marlin, I'll applaud you.
Don't know how it'd be possible to lose them. I mean, who didn't I lose? I guess the ones that matter most are my brothers. I was part of a pretty big family when I grew up, and I was the only one who joined the military. And as far as I know, 3 of them were dead by the time I was put into stasis, and I rather assumed that the other 2 are gone as well.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption. I mean, I guess it's always fun. You don't really know what's behind Fuckface's mask, but for the most part, I'd go with. So I actually have a follow-up question myself outside of that. So you've clearly got a bit of a brogue, as I believe it's called. I'm wondering what you're doing out here in San Diego.
Oh, at the time when the world was coming apart, there wasn't much in terms of boundaries between countries. The peacekeeping forces were sent all over the place without much regard for where the soldiers were coming from. So the last place I was before we were put into stasis was San Diego. And that's where we are now, I assume.
Yes, it is. You're as I said, by the desert outside San Diego, the Anza Borrego Desert. It looks like this, I suppose. It's beautiful.
We
But,
just call it the desert now.
yeah, I mean, most people just call it the desert, but for factual sake.
Well, I mean, I just call it.
Yeah.
Guys, I get it. I get it.
Do you though?
No, it was over my head.
Should we
Maybe
discuss it for a
fabricate it.
while?
Can you explain the joke?
Well,
Like, how would Fuckface explain it?
but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It should be like,
Explain it in the way that only Fuckface can explain his own jokes.
all right, well, let me pour a big glass of alcohol to deal with fuckface, and then let's move on from there. So just to double check, is that everybody's beginning of session stuff? Everybody's good.
Yeah, everything.
All right, so back to fuckface. Fuckface, the remains of a child lie below you in the dirt. I believe that you went back to camp and destroyed poor Johnny Appleseed's fire. In your
Well, I did that
That
originally.
was the first thing that
Yeah.
happened.
First thing I did.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna once I find the child and the pig buried, I'm gonna go back to Johnny Appleseed.
Great. Johnny Appleseed is crying still over the embers of his fire and his. I mean, like, the 5-second rule isn't exactly important around here, but also the ground is like pretty fucking disgusting and filthy, right? Like, vehicles ride over this, people tramp up and down. It's not like beautiful tilled earth or anything. So he's like eating little scraps of disgusting like pig meat that's
Right.
covered in grime.
So I'm just gonna like
Slime.
throw down a piece of the remains that I found in front of him.
Okay. I think that would be a thing. I think you're going a little bit aggro on this
Yeah, sure.
this
Right.
guy here. Also, if I could find that. Somehow Aaron's thing just like overrode my PDF that I had open with the game. Oh no, here it is. Okay.
All right, so I get a 7.
Okay. Well, you have successfully gone aggro on him, which I think means that you get to choose exactly what you're going to do here.
I'll choose. He gives me what he thinks I want. Because that's one of the choices, right?
Yeah. So Johnny Appleseed like suddenly stops his blubbering and fat eating, and he stares up at you in amazement and a little bit of, like a little bit of anguish. Clearly not that happy that you found his pig, but he gives you the one thing he assumes you want, and he like offers up a handful of meat towards you. Grimy, slimy meat.
Right. Is he like sitting at a table or anything? He's sitting in a chair.
No, I
Is
mean
he-
he's sitting like cross-legged style on the ground. He's definitely not fancy enough to have a chair. He's just in the dirt
Right.
near his tent.
So, Fuckface is just going to kind of lean back, and then like leap up maybe a few inches off the ground, and just sort of slam his face as far through this guy's hand as is physically possible.
So you're leaping.
I'm
Okay.
just getting like a little bit of leverage, and then just trying to destroy, make this guy's hand explode with my face.
All right. As much as I'd love his hand to literally explode.
I mean, yeah, man, you can do whatever you want.
Well, as I said, as much as I'd love it to actually explode, it doesn't exactly explode, but his hand snaps back real hard. You hear
Is
a
it obviously broken, or
Yeah.
oh,
You hear it crack as his wrist flaps, quite obviously painfully, and he screams like bloody murder, out loud, and starts scrambling away from you in the dirt on his one good hand and his, disgusting but good feet.
All right. Well, maybe if I can, I would like to be just a little bit cinematic for a moment. I'd like the camera to just sort of
Go
be
ahead.
over Fuckface's shoulder, staring at this guy scrabbling away in the ground, and you can see the handle of the bat sticking up over Fuckface's shoulder, with the Y of the mercy at the end, and then his hand just snaps up to the grip there and fade to black.
Okay.
I'll beat the shit out of him. I kill him probably.
I mean, right.
turn him into a bloody paste.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. I'm trying to find the moves, but I lost the file. So.
Oh yeah, sure, I can roll with that. I mean,
No. I really don't. I want to just let that roll
Yeah.
roll. I
Okay.
just wanted to find it so that when it comes up, I actually know.
Okay.
But I lost my page with the other thing. Anyway, yeah. So we'll fade to black there. I would say that Owen and Marlon, you're over by the you're over by the market, and you hear some pretty awful screams far away on the other side of camp. You don't
Okay.
exactly know what it is, but it's also not exactly that uncommon.
I was gonna say,
especially
is that something that isn't
Yeah,
just
no,
happens
no, no. I
every
mean-
couple of hours?
so almost is it's a peaceful enough place, right? The trade caravans come here, mostly like they run through San Diego and pick up the real goods and like come around here, and people are here to try and eke out a living. So it's not exactly like you want to hear bloody screams all the time, but it's not so uncommon. And especially like you kind of turn around, and you notice that Fuckface isn't with you, and you're like, oh well, I mean, Fuckface isn't here, so. A good chance that's what's going on. So anyway, oh, and you're standing there hearing the bloody cries, and you see the look of confusion and dismay on the face of, I believe it was Skinny, the incredibly skinny and completely useless lackey of Joey the Bone, who has been trading words with you. And anyway, Joey's telling you that it's really time to get moving. And if your vehicle's good to go, that you guys really need to get over to San Diego because shit's about to go down.
Was Marlon planning on joining? I thought he didn't want anything to do with the Bone.
I don't think he does want anything to do with the Bone. I'm pretty sure he's like outside. He might be like right out of earshot, also in the market area, like by the big tent where stuff's going down. So I guess that part's up to you whether you really want people in or not. But Joey's pretty insistent.
I'm just saying I don't have a vehicle, so I don't know who he's talking to.
Oh, well, I mean, he's talking to you. He just assumes that like you're going to be able to find your way there, basically.
That's a poor assumption.
Well, let me paint something for you. You know, out of character, or well, in my own character as the explainer. Joey the Bone is not the most intelligent person you've ever met. In fact, he's quite dumb.
That's fine. I'm just saying, if the issue is that he's assuming that I've got some way to get there, I'm happy to educate him about the fact.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's definitely what's going on. Joey the Bone's like staring at you blankly. He's like, "So are you like gonna come along or what?"
Yeah, I fully intend on coming along.
It's like, all right, well get your car.
Why would I own a car?
I mean, don't all you fancy like hicks out here have ways to get around? I mean, there's got to be a way to get out to San Diego.
Why would I need to get to San Diego without someone providing transportation?
He says, "Look, I don't really know what kind of game you're playing here. If you're angling for more money or something, I can't help you there."
I'm happy to provide the muscle that you need, but I don't have a car, so if that's what you're getting at, then you'll have to fuck off and help yourself.
Joey looks like he like bristles at your coarse language, but he mostly just looks confused, and he like leans over to Johnny and Skinny or whatever the other guy's name is, and he starts like whispering with them, pretty adamantly. I guess if you want, there's definitely like a situation here.
What kind of situation are you thinking?
Well, like the kind that one might read into if one wanted to put it bluntly.
All right. I guess we could try to read the situation. All right.
Of course, I still don't know how to do that, but
Sure, why not? Honestly, I was just gonna wait and see what the fuck the fat fucker came up with, but
a 4. Okay, so that's not quite gonna get you there.
so we'll fall back on waiting and seeing what the fat fucker comes up with.
Yeah, I apologize that I like lost my thing. I don't know if anybody has it up because I don't want to spend time trying to find it.
Sorry, which one was it? A move?
I just well, yeah, I want to like I need trying to find a list of moves that actually. Oh, okay. So here we go. I have read a stitch anyway. Yeah, I mean, like you can't really tell what's going on. Clearly, Joey the Bone is not only stupid enough to not really understand that you're just telling him like I need a ride, basically, but he's very concerned about something, and he says like he turns back to you after finally arguing with his mates a little bit. he says fine there, Owen. If you're saying you need a way to get there, I'll get you a way to get there. I got one more spot in my car, I suppose, and since the circus is coming to town, it's pretty important. I guess we're gonna have to get going soon. So if you want to hop on in, we'll be leaving in about 10 minutes.
Sure thing. As soon as we're going, I'll hop in.
All right. Excuse me, Marlon. What's going on with you?
Well, I guess if the caravan that's going to deliver the part I need to fix my dear Audrey isn't coming until tomorrow, I guess I'll wander back towards my my camp out spot and start polishing up the car. Anyways.
All right. So you go and you head over to your car.
Mhm.
And you're getting close, and you see Sheila, the mayor of Almost, just sitting a little bit provocatively on the hood of your car. She gives you a bit of a wave. Now, I should warn you, Sheila is not an attractive woman, but she does get stuff done around Almost.
This is what we call an almost 10.
Ugh.
I mean, is a 1 really an almost 10? I mean, it's all right. Leave him alone.
I don't have to do that.
All right, I guess I approach and I say, hey, if you don't mind, gonna scratch the paint.
She says, I don't know if I'd be so worried about the paint. Your car smells like rotting Chinese food. I think that's your problem.
Why does nobody know what Chinese food is?
I mean, it was just a joke. She says your car smells like dead fish or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that, but there's not that much paint left on it, and I'd rather we don't scratch what little remains.
Right. So can you describe Audrey for us?
Sure. So Audrey is kind of has like the stylings of a classic American muscle car, but it's obviously like put together from like a series of scavenged parts. So
Sure.
you know, it's like a coupe with an aggressive stance. But you know, because it's kind of the ramshackle nature of it, or it being put together from whatever Marlon's been able to salvage from the wasteland over the last couple of years, you know, like the door panels are different colors and parts of it are more like rusted than others. The parts don't always match, so like one headlight is one style and the other headlight is another style.
Right. Sure. Like the people who replaced their car door with just like whatever color the shop had because they don't want to wait. But
yeah, there isn't exactly a ton of like body shops around where you can get a nice fresh paint job done. So you know, you just kind of have to deal with whatever you find.
okay.
Marlon's generally more worried about keeping her running than the exact
and how she
style.
looks. I like the tagline, Audrey, the coupe with the aggressive stance. They should start selling cars like that.
Hmm.
So does Audrey have any like armament to her?
As far as guns, you mean?
I mean, anything. You got like, you know, chainsaws that come out of the wheels, or machine guns on the hood, or just like a revolver under the front seat?
No, it's the car is really more built for speed and maneuverability. So it's fast. It's got like a bumper out front to deal with little hazards and stuff like that. But it isn't like heavily armored, and it doesn't. It seems like as much as possible has been kind of stripped out just to gain whatever speed could be had.
So Audrey's a speedy gal.
Yeah, so I think let me see. So yeah, so it has right, because it has extra speed and extra handling. Those are its quote unquote battle options.
Nice.
But in I guess the downside is that it's unreliable. That's why usually Marlon can be found tinkering, trying to get her running a little better, or sometimes just running at all.
Sure. So Sheila, you know, looks like a little offended that you care more about the paint job on your car than her having a comfortable place to sit. So she quickly swings her legs off the hood and starts to jump down, and on her swing she very easily knocks one of the driver's side view mirror just onto the ground. I mean, it was basically hanging on by a thread as it was, probably literally, but.
Marlon gasps and reaches out and rushes over to pick up the rearview mirror. Sheila, do you know how hard these things are to come by? Christ, can you just step back? Just step back like a couple of yards over there while I fix this before you ruin something else. Is there a reason you came down here? Because quite frankly, you're not helping.
Sheila basically ignores, the mirror on the ground and you picking it up, and she says, "Well, sugar, I'd wager to say that the company of a good woman's even harder to come by than your mirror."
Good luck finding a good woman.
You would be mistaken.
Well, okay, honey is the same problem. All right, I'm running out of cute epithets here. Why do you think it's so good?
So Kim, somebody wants to know if Audrey the car is related to Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
It's the Audrey 3.
Does your car ever say "Feed me, Seymour"?
Maybe in Marlon's head it does.
Okay.
Only Marlon
it is not a reference. I picked the name off of the character sheet creating thing. So.
All right, fair enough.
This guy got creative. Well, thank you to the audience for participating. It's always an exciting thing for us. Hopefully, they're also reading our terrible jokes.
Hopefully.
So anyway, you said what? You said you'd be mistaken?
Yeah, she would. I don't think she really appreciates how tough these parts are to come by, and well, in this day and age, there's no shortage of loose women.
Oh, so the one thing that's not scarce in this post-apocalyptia is loose women.
Yeah, well, everybody's trying to make a buck. Can't blame anybody for doing what they have to.
Fair enough. So Sheila says, Sheila huffs and puffs, and kind of quickly puts on her business face, seeing that you're not quite into picking up what she's putting down. And she says, "Fine, fix your precious hunk of junk. But listen, I hear that the circus is coming to town, and there's no way that I'm letting Almost lose out on its key trade from San Diego. I think you, as a courier, you're going to need to get involved in this because that's your business."
Do I know what that key trade is?
Wait, is the circus coming to town? Is that a metaphor?
No.
Okay. Okay. The circus is actually coming to town. Okay. Yeah, got it.
How many elephants?
I'm going to guess 0.
There are 0. So, I mean, once upon a time, the circus had the elephants, but at this point,
they're all...
They were delicious.
Yeah. Well, they were a bit tough and leathery, but they...
Question 2. Is Marsh with the circus? Because if so, I have to go.
Just run. We drive east.
I was about to...
How many rings are contained in this circus?
So okay. So to answer all of those questions, I was about to say it's not quite that kind of circus, but then I thought about who Marsh is, which people wouldn't know, unfortunately, our audience. But it's definitely Marsh's kind of circus. I could tell you that much.
That's terrifying.
We should definitely leave.
Yeah, we should definitely go to fucking San Francisco or LA or literally anywhere else.
So this circus is probably filled with rapists and murderers. Some of them, I assume, are nice people.
I'll just let the audience decide whether or not you need to sign off now.
All right.
Having
Wonderful.
I
said
see
that,
what you did there. Oh.
I get that reference. All right. Well, so the question remains: what does she mean when she says the main business? Do I know what it is she's referring to?
oh, so almost gets almost is one of the few, I guess you'd call them settlements, right? Like people have managed to cobble together a way to sort of survive by cohabitating and such in the all around like this desert area, the outskirts of San Diego, and all the trade that these like the people in the marketplace, they all basically funnel in and out of San Diego. So if anything fucks with any of them, right? Like if the person who brings like the clothing supplies can't get here from San Diego, like that's going to be a problem.
So she's just talking about like the general flow of merchandise.
Yeah. The general flow of merchandise, all the trade basically comes through San Diego, and you as a courier have probably gone back and forth there a number of times to pick up like specialty items, like the thing for your car, right? That somebody couldn't wait for like the next week when they all show up. However, you can't drive there to get your own car part because it's your car. So
You figured it out.
that's your side conundrum. But yeah, that's what she meant by the major trade.
So I mean, what exactly do you need me to do? You got I saw you got like Joey the Bone and his lackeys out on your little mission. Can't they take care of your dirty business?
She says, Joey the Bone's a fool, and you know it. He's only in this for himself, and if the going gets tough, like he's just gonna cut loose and get out of here and haul out to Colorado or something, and then
He's just gonna dance.
Well, I hate to
I hate to
Joey
break.
the Bone.
Joey the Bone does dance, guys. He does bring it.
Just, once the going gets tough, he gets dancing.
I just want you to know he's a dancer, but
Okay.
let's not worry about that right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Poetry in motion. By the way, so Marlon says, "Look, I hate to break it to you, Sheila, but I'm not exactly running a charity here either. So, if you need me to make a run, I'll consider it, but it ain't gonna be free."
She says, "Well, I did just try and offer you something, but you're either too much of a pig or you're too thick-headed to realize it."
Look,
Take
Sheila,
your
I'm not dumb, but I'm trying to keep a car running here, not just out for cheap thrills.
Wow, rough.
Brutal.
Here, I'll. Do you want me to roll to like? Do they still have like shut somebody down? Did they get rid of that?
No, I mean there's manipulation, which I think would possibly.
Or maybe I can get. Can I try to like read her to
Sure.
see whether like?
Sure.
All right. So read is plus sharp. All right.
Fuckface, you're making the worst face.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to look up the moves.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
I get a 6. I don't read
Uh,
shit. Marlon is pretty dense, as it turns out.
So, well, no. So Animus, you still get to ask one of the questions, but it might not go. It might not go the way you're planning. So,
All right. Let me see here. So this is a question about me.
no. It's for me about Sheila.
All right. So let's say like how does the character really feel? Like I'm trying to maybe get a sense for like how important this is
Sure.
to her.
So you like detailedly study Sheila's body language and facial expressions as she's talking to you. You get the sense that she's basically like barely suppressing something close to terror. She's pretty desperate for you to do this, which is why, despite being a woman of power who needs to maintain a certain image, she was basically willing to throw herself at you, in the hopes that you would acquiesce to her request.
All right. I'll tell her. Look, I guess it doesn't hurt to have a couple of favors in stow around here. If I do this for you, you're gonna have to owe me pretty big.
She looks like she kind of like blushes and says, "Well, I'm not sure exactly what you have in mind, Marlon, but I think I could think of a few ways to repay you. But don't forget, this is in your interest too. You're the one who ferries supplies back and forth. And if that town gets taken over by the circus, they're not liable to let you in and do any business any longer."
Say, look, you keep going on like that, but we both know I'll make it just fine without this town. You're the one who's pretty desperate for it to survive.
She seems pretty desperate for a lot of things.
She's. I'll just leave it at that. Well put. Fuckface.
It wasn't Buckface. It wasn't.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Again, synonymous.
Buckface is
to
far
me.
more eloquent.
Yeah, fuckface. Anyway, let's move on from fuckface. She says, well, we'll just see what happens. We'll see if you even make it back here. She says, are you in your darling rust bucket ready to take off for old SD?
Say, she'll run, but I don't know for how long. I was really hoping to get a couple of parts before I head back out again.
So what is it that you need?
What was it I needed? A fan assembly or something like that?
Sure.
I forget what it was.
Something I'd never heard of that I got made fun
Yeah.
of for not knowing anything about cars.
I need a fan assembly, but down at the market they said they're not going to have one until the shipment comes in tomorrow.
So,
Without it, I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to SD.
Well, this is rough because you did miss your roll. But so Sheila says to you, "Just a fan assembly, eh? Well, I could probably get you that. Speaking of us owing you, but I might have to call in a few favors from one of the caravans to get them to give up what's a pretty pricey object. And if I'm going to go in and call those favors, I'm going to need a little something from you instead."
And what would that be?
She says, "I think you know." And she like unbuttons a button.
she's relentless.
I mean, she is.
Like a fucking relentless.
All right, Marlon kind of looks around and then
For some
I
health.
like the resignation in Kim's voice.
Marlon goes, all right. He opens the door to the car and puts the seat forward so she can get in the back seat.
Just
Oh,
what I was.
what a
just what I was
gentleman.
thinking. All right. Well, the Sheila gleefully climbs inside, and the screen fades to black. But then right back in, and you tell me all the details.
Oh God, I'm gonna leave.
So
the rattle of Audrey says it all.
yeah,
So rocks back and forth.
this
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic knockoff is rocking.
Don't.
Anyway,
All right.
It only
The
lasts
feed
30 or
gets
40
some
seconds.
black
at
Anyway.
most, so.
Move
anyway,
on.
yeah, we've moved on. So fuckface, you're walking
Fades to
back.
double black.
You're walking back towards the more main part of the encampment with
Yeah.
with basically blood and face pulp and you tell me what else is on your hands. Depends on just how much you eviscerated this person or not. But
Yeah, no. It's clear that I either went through a car wash of body parts or somebody got the wrong end of mercy.
what was it that you did with the child's body again? I don't recall. Did you
I mean,
rebury
I
it?
mostly left it there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're walking through, and of course, people on either side of you are kind of whispering, obviously, quite a few people witnessed you beat the actual life right out of Johnny Appleseed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you do with all the in demand meat from
I just
Michael
left it there.
Anders? You just left the whole carcass there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, a few people, like, after about 30 seconds of getting over the horror, just like casually step over Johnny Appleseed's body and all like cart off the carcass.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
In
That's fine.
real excitement. So
Yeah.
you're getting back. You walk by where Audrey is kept, and you see it a rocking. So you keep going. One assumes, unless you want to stop. But I doubt
No,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah. And you go on, and you see Owen heading out of the main like tent, shaking his head in disgust at how stupid Joey the Bone is.
Yeah. I
and
mean,
polishing off whatever weapon he has in his.
so I'll just sort of stop in front of Owen and stand there.
Fuckface.
There's no response.
That wasn't a question.
I assumed it was like a greeting.
Yeah. We're probably going to go kill some people if you want to come along.
I'll just like crack one of my knuckles.
Wait, but once or twice? Because it's one crack for yes and two crack for no's.
Yeah, good luck with that. All right. Come on, I can't wait to tell Joey that you're coming.
All right.
Oh, all right. So you turn back to the tent. Joey the Bone is in there, and he's still basically like whisper arguing with his two lackeys and their stupidity. And they like suddenly stop and look up as you come in, and one of them, not the guy arguing with you, not Skinny, so starts like staring at Fuckface in just like absolute horror.
Fuckface will stare back in what you can assume is horror.
I don't. We can barely even see your eyes, right? So the guy can't even tell you're staring him down.
You can see my eyes. Yeah.
One of them recently licked.
True. I don't
That
know
did
if I can see
happen.
that though.
So Joey the Bone says like, "I thought you were going to get ready."
Well, yeah. I got ready. He's right here.
He goes, "What's this like Fuckface doing here?" He doesn't know your name's Fuckface.
Oh, got lucky.
Yeah.
I thought you needed people to deal with the circus.
Says, "I do, although I'm not sure that I've got enough to pay more, but mostly you're gonna have to find your way there if you need another spot, unless he wants to hang on the roof."
Owen gives an apprising look to Fuckface.
Fuckface, like, if you
Fuckface
don't
doesn't
answer,
say
they'll just
anything.
assume you want to.
While I'm not entirely certain that he wouldn't enjoy clinging to the roof, maybe we'll see whether Marlin can give us a ride. And as for pay, Fuckface is a little particular about how exactly he takes his pay, so there's some chance that it won't be a problem.
Yeah, Fuckface, what's your number one preferred way of compensation?
Terror. No, you know, I get paid regular stuff. I need oddments.
You need the barter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a question of how I get paid, just that like I'm treated fairly. Otherwise, you know.
How did you
Doesn't be a
how did
problem.
you used to survive when you were out like under the bridge all alone before you joined like civilization, so to speak?
I mean, you know,
Why I don't. That's why I'm asking.
living the life.
Literally a troll.
He actually just exacted payments from people trying to cross the bridge, and
Just fucking 8 people who were walking over the bridge.
Yeah, you know, I'm a scavenger.
okay, all right, fair enough. So Owen, yeah, you say that stuff, and you're gonna ask Marlin for a ride. So Joey the Bone says, "All right, well, me and the gang, we're heading out in a minute. If you're gonna get a ride with this Marlin fellow, hurry up and figure it out because we got to get there. Circus is coming to town."
You keep saying
It
that, but
is.
I'm not sure that it means what you think it means. Anyway, we'll go talk to Marlin, and either meet you there or we won't. So, good luck.
Good luck with that.
All right, so Joey the Bone and his guys turn tail and head out of the tent towards their vehicular area. You turn out of the tent and you see Sheila disheveled, walking back towards her, the meeting hall where she normally presides over stuff, just looking a little bit unkempt. And she just blows by you no acknowledgement, and goes on in.
I don't acknowledge her either.
Well, I assume not.
Neither do I.
So anyway, we'll flash back to Marlin, and because I do enjoy them just so much, and because Sheila is really the head honcho around here, so this is important enough. Kim, I don't know exactly how far this went, but I would allow you to use one of your special moves if you so desire. I don't know if you actually want to, because Sheila's eh.
I mean, I'm sure she's good. She's good looking for almost.
Look, she's a person. She's
Which-
a person, all right?
She's
His feelings-
beautiful inside and out.
Well, you would know now, wouldn't you?
One
way
second.
way to bring it back down, Nick. That was efficient.
All right, yeah. So I'll use. Well, I guess I'll use my sex move. Sure. So I roll plus cool, which.
Yeah, you were hot enough to get there in the first place. Now I want to know. We want to know how cool you are.
The Marlin's secret is that you really, unless it's in the car, you can't even really get excited about anything. So.
Well, this was in the car, so.
Well, I mean, this says I get +1 HX with that character, but it doesn't really make a difference for Sheila, right?
That's the only outcome of succeeding with that.
Yeah, if you and another character have sex, roll plus cool. On a 10+, it's cool, no big deal. On a 7 to 9, give them +1 to their HX with you on their sheet, but give
Okay.
yourself -1 on yours. So I got an 8. So I guess if it
That's-
had been with another actual PC, we would have had a little history.
Yeah, we won't worry about it that way.
exchange.
We'll do it outside of the mechanic. Sheila is pretty endeared to you now. We'll say that the next time you were to ask her for a favor, she'd probably be a lot more willing to bump you up to the top of her priority list than the next guy that asks her for something. You
Alright.
could.
It
What?
doesn't seem like. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't seem like what?
It doesn't seem like. I mean, whatever. Sheila can conduct her business however she wants, but it doesn't seem like there's much of a priority list. Whatever.
Well, listen, if at the time it's he asked her for something and somebody else asked her to conduct their wedding ceremony or something, she would defer to Marlin first. I don't know what the hell a mayor of a post-apocalyptic encampment does. Not much.
Okay, all right.
Listen, I'm not the one in sex.
Governs.
All right.
Forces the
Yeah.
people.
Anyway,
Marlin says, well, I guess he kind of just stays quiet as Sheila gets dressed and leaves, I guess, satisfied that she got what she came for. And as she's leaving, says, what about that part? When am I going to get my fan assembly?
she says, "Well, I'll go speak to the caravan guys right now. I happen to know somebody who's one of their vehicles they're not really using for their next trip. Maybe they'd be willing to part with its fan assembly for now. I'll have to call in a couple of favors with them, but I'll come back in in about 30 minutes and let you know if they're willing to part with it or not.
All right. In the meantime, Marlon will try to scrub out the stink of sex and the remnant fish smell out of the backseat of the.
All right.
the
I
backseat
mean,
of Audrey.
you're mostly unsuccessful. You now smell like fish, and the car smells like sex. So
Yeah, well,
it didn't really go that well.
that's okay. I'll fall on that grenade.
Yeah. Somehow I doubt that you have a plethora of like car cleaning supplies, despite how much you want to take care of Audrey.
This like 3-year-old air freshener can only do so much.
Right. Well, 3 years old to you. I'm pretty sure it was manufactured like 75 years ago. So you've got some trouble there. But no big deal. So anyway, you'll see her in a little while. I guess you're gonna go and find your friends, perhaps, unless they wish to find you instead.
Yeah, we were going to see him.
Okay, so she strides by the tent. They come walking towards you. You're furiously scrubbing at the back seat of Audrey when Owen and Fuckface walk up and greet you. Or well, Owen greets you. Apologies.
Pretty sure Fuckface gives his regards as well. Oi, Marlon. We might need a ride.
Yeah, 1 second. Sheila just came by for one of her visits. Give me a couple of minutes.
Never mind, I'm gonna walk. Just do whatever you gotta do with that fucking car.
Well, yeah, I need to wait for her to come back with a part anyways. Otherwise, we're gonna be walking halfway anyways. I don't want to be stranded out there if they really say the circus is coming to town.
Oh, they say it. It's been said.
I don't suppose there's any chance I could find a bottle of bleach somewhere out here.
No.
Not
There's
anymore.
no chance you can find a bottle of bleach out here.
It's worth asking.
Yeah. It is. But I would say that your chance of finding a whole bottle of bleach is pretty minuscule, if not just nothing at all. So unless you guys have anything else to do, Sheila's going to come back in a little while and kind of look embarrassedly at the couple of you that she didn't just have sex with, and even more embarrassedly at the one that she did.
Why is she embarrassed?
Owen
She's
and
so
Fuckface are
ashamed. Why
playing
did she come
cards.
over here? I'm sure she's got her pick of the litter.
What game are you playing?
We're playing War.
Who? Me and you?
What is
Yeah.
it good for?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like just a stupid game that has absolutely nothing to it. Just
Right.
there's no reason that these two characters would be playing War, but that is exactly what's happening right now.
Fuckface only
Then
plays
that's-
War.
That's true.
No.
All right. So when she comes back with the part, the Marlin takes like 20 minutes to install it. He's fairly adept at changing parts, and I guess Audrey starts right up once he's done. So all right,
Yeah, you turn the key, and Audrey
purrs like a kitten.
rumbles. Yeah, sure. For like 10 seconds, and then she like chokes and splutters and sounds like normal. But it's serviceable. She'll run. Or
It's
roll,
like
whatever. She'll
sweet
get you
music
there.
to my ears.
Sweet music to your ears. Fair enough.
So, all right.
So Sheila walks away, giving you like a backwards glance, and a little bit of a wink on her way away from you.
Marlon will awkwardly wink back. Wave like thanks. See you later.
Glad you could do that for us. That was super helpful.
All right.
All right, so it's getting pretty late in the day. You while you were like installing the part, Fuckface and Owen, you guys saw Joey DeBone and his crew roll out through the main gate. Whatever that was, 20-30 minutes ago. The sun's going down behind the mountains, and you guys decide whether you want to get set on the road or not out to San Diego. I don't know exactly how fast Sheila can go, but pretty fast. I mean, Audrey can go right now. Sheila goes very fast, obviously.
I saw that.
Audrey's got some speed on her, so you could make it all the way to San Diego, pretty quickly. But it's going to get dark out soon. Clouds are rolling in.
Well, it might be safer to do this at night, anyways. Sometimes a little risky to cruise around open daylight.
Fair enough. Are you guys ready to roll out of here?
Yeah, I guess
Anything
you
need
guys
to do in town.
got your gear, everything you need.
Yep.
Yeah, is there anything you need to do or see where you go?
Yeah, fuckface doesn't say anything.
You got your, I don't know, weapons.
Yeah, he's
armor.
got his. I don't remember what it's called. The bat with the nails on the end of it.
It's not nails. It's the fins of like a bomb.
Oh,
like a missile.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
What's its
Watching,
name
I
again?
guess.
Mercy.
What's it? Yeah, the name
Mercy
on the side
is
says
name?
Mercy. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Sounds good.
And you, Owen,
Oh, I'm always ready.
what kind of weapon do you have?
Good old M4.
Oh,
There you go.
the
Can't go wrong.
classic standard sidearm.
Alright, yeah, Marlon will check that the 9mm in the glove compartment has a full mag, and then we roll out.
All right, so you guys roll out. The main gate's usually the best way to go out. There's a few other ways.
It's fine.
Main gates, there's like on the back side of camp is all the dirty, bedraggled brushes and cacti and stuff leading like out into the open desert behind it. That's like the area where Fuckface found the dead bodies of both pig and child. The main gate's like basically on the other side of encampment. It faces out onto what used to be what is the remnants of what used to be a road, basically. This was like a main desert highway, and this is just like kind of just somewhere along the line between San Diego and a whole host of destinations. But the road is like you can see a few draggles of concrete buried into the sand, but beyond that, it's mostly just the ruts of wheels. And
Yeah, I mean, you said Marlon's
trucks.
probably made this trip a couple times, so he's got his like way that he usually
His
takes,
route.
the route that he's most comfortable with. I'm sure he's kind of sort of familiar with the terrain, knows where there's usually people or where the likely ambush points might be, and when to kind of slow down and try to be silent, and when to just blaze through.
Sure. So you guys set off on the road down to San Diego, and you're going along for about 20 minutes. It's getting real kind of dark out. The sun is basically its last few beams are trickling down the horizon, and out off sort of on the edge of your vision, Marlon, you see you can kind of see where you're going, right? Like you said, you know where you are. You recognize the little points, but out on the edge and a little ways off, what you could tell would be the beaten path. You see like some flickering light, what might be a fire, over off the road.
Is this something that
It's not like in a point that you know of. It's not one of those like ambush points where you'd normally slow down and be extra careful. It's actually basically like right out in the open. You could see that like if you were to get to that point in the road, it would just be like 100, 200 feet off to the side of the road, and something out there is either burning or something else going on. But this is
that's like
not
out of the
as
way
widely known.
for us, right?
Right. Well, I mean, it's not literally on the road, so in that sense, yes. But you don't know.
I guess
you don't know
I
what's
be-
out there. It's not in a spot you know.
But what I mean, it would be a detour for us. Is it? It's not like in our path.
No. It's not. It's not in your path. No, not at all. It's just in an unusual spot that you've never seen anything out there before.
All right. Say, I don't think there's a settlement supposed to be out there. It's kind of stupid whoever lit that fire.
Fuckface clearly says nothing.
I glance in the rearview mirror into Fuckface's eyes staring back at me from the rear seat.
Yeah, just like, yeah, exactly.
They're warm and brown, and I don't know, whatever it is that the hell that they look like. Yeah. So you're just gonna approach like normally.
Well, you said that this isn't really on our way. If it's not on our way, I don't see why we should go check it out. It seems like.
Oh yeah, no, you don't have to check it out. I'm just wondering if you're just driving on by that part of the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that if it looks like a fire, I'm gonna assume like it's some idiot who doesn't know to conceal their camp. Imagine he'll get found by, I don't know, the wide variety of assholes out in the middle of the desert in this area, and I don't really want to be there when he does. So
That's
we'll
true.
just continue on our way.
Unless you want to be the one to find the asshole. Yeah. So you guys just keep going regular speed. You're pulling alongside the area where this is, and Owen, you're looking out. I guess Fuckface is in the back seat, so Owen, you're probably riding shotgun, almost literally. And you look out the window to your right, and you see that this is. There's definitely a fire, and it's definitely a lot bigger than like somebody's campfire. There's like an actual thing burning out there.
All right. We got places to
saying.
be.
Yeah. So you guys keep on driving, and you're pulling ahead, and up ahead of you, you see like another vehicle. Its lights are off. It's I don't know, like a football field ahead of you. And Marlon, you're used to being able to really spot other stuff on the road, so to speak.
This is a vehicle that's running.
I mean, it's moving. It's driving, just a lot slower than you are. They're sort of like picking their way, like slowly avoiding brush or like going around bumps in the road, stuff that you would know how to do, like the back of your hand. This road. These guys are going, but they don't even have lights on.
All right. Say
yeah, go on.
Say we're gonna be passing somebody in a few minutes here. Just be at the ready.
Sure thing. Could be DeBone.
It could be DeBone.
Do we know what kind of vehicle they were in? DeBone and his...
Yeah. You guys saw them drive off. Joey DeBone drives like, I mean, the shitty cobbled together and rebuilt version of like one of those old VW like vans. Oh yeah, like the mini bus kind of thing with the the roof cut out, kind of like imagine the Libyans in the van in Back to the Future.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of thing.
It does this look like a VW bus?
It doesn't really look like it. It's pretty hard to tell though. Like I said, it's far away, and as you notice it and tell the guys to be careful, like the last rays of sunlight kind of go out behind the mountains, and you're now relying on the questionable headlights of Audrey to guide your way, and they're certainly not casting light. What at this point is like still 300 or 400 feet ahead of you, even though you're catching up to this vehicle.
All right. So I'll just kind of approach them cautiously, but if anything turns out to be out of sorts, I'm just gonna gun it and pass them.
Okay. So you start approaching the vehicle. You're getting close. You're close enough to hear the noise of the engine, which means it's almost time for like Audrey's headlights to hit it. You know that the lights of Audrey would definitely be like in this person's rearview mirror, supposing they have one. At this point, right? You're pretty close, like only 100 feet back.
Do they seem to be reacting?
Yeah, well, you hear like a squeal, and they kind of like peel off to the left into the darkness a little bit, and kind of disappear out of your headlight space.
That's odd. What do you guys think? Worth checking out, or should we just be on our way?
I thought the pig was already dead.
Yeah, you can see like Fuckface's fist clench and like his knuckles whiten.
At the mention of the pig, right? Not the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
He's
you don't
pretty
really
upset
know
about
for
that.
sure.
About that Michael Anders.
I think Owen and Fuckface have a bit of a
They've
rapport.
got, yeah, we've got a little bit of banter.
Yeah.
All right. So Marlon will kind of like he'll kind of slow down, going like 10 or 15 miles an hour as they pass the spot where this car like peeled off the path, and Marlon will kind of take like a little spotlight that he has by the side of the car, and just kind of wave it out towards that direction to see if they can still see the car. But if there's no sign, just gonna be on our way.
You got like one of those like cop car.
yeah,
lights
yeah. It's kind of like
outside your window.
like taped on the side.
Right where Sheila like knocked off the side view mirror. That's where you have your light instead.
Exactly. Everything is very meticulously placed.
And you said you slowed down to like 10 or 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't come to a full stop. I just kind of take a look where they went and to see if there's any sign of them, but to kind of also be ready to make a break for it in case this is some kind of trap.
Okay, so you start slowing down and spinning your headlight and you start like coming to a stop, and suddenly the car, Audrey like lurches as you clearly roll over something like pretty big. Like the front left tire like crunches and slams up and down on something, and you stop the car and turn out, and you don't quite see anything. There's a lot of like trees and rocks, and actually so the spot where you're at, is sort of like right around the entrance to here. So you're like not quite in there, but there's a lot of rocky formations and stuff around here where you're starting to drive the car into.
All right. You said the car stalls out.
No. You said you were coming to a stop, but like as you were slowing down, you crunched over this thing.
No. I specifically didn't want to stop.
Oh, you didn't want to stop. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So no, you're rolling along kind of slowly, but you crunch over this thing, and it's up to you if you want to stop or not.
No, if I don't see the car or anything kind of out of the ordinary, I'm just gonna assume it's some people on the road and it's not worth our trouble. Unless somebody
Okay,
speaks
sorry.
up, but Marlon's not the type to go on rescue missions, so.
I'm not the type to speak up, so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Owen's not blessed with an overabundance of curiosity, so
So yeah, if there's no sign of the car, just gonna rev the engine back up and cruise along.
So is there like a backseat? Is this a hatchback, or are there like
No, he said
passengers?
it's a coupe. So there's a back seat, but it's like a two-door, right? So you climbed into like a pretty small, cramped back area, and behind you is the more ample trunk, presumably full of like spare parts and guns or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like one of those like 1.5 type of things, right? So there's a back seat, but it's not really big enough for a grown person to sit comfortably.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not sure if the back window opens, but Fuckface will just kind of like press on it until it opens one way or the other.
Okay, yeah,
And
I
then, like,
doubt there's a
um,
back window. There's probably just like one wide window that covers the whole front door.
Yeah, sometimes those open, sometimes they have
Let's say
latches.
it's one of those things that like you can open it so that it like cracks, but it doesn't like open all the way.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll open it.
All right, Marlon says like, what the hell? As the thing like snaps and like breaks off its hinge. Like,
Yeah,
you have some kind of problem, fuckface?
yeah. So I'll like hop out and like go look at this car.
All right, I'll come to a stop.
At Audrey?
No, the thing that we were looking at.
Oh well, so you didn't see the car necessarily. I mean, it might be out there, but
Oh, okay.
so it's pretty dark, right? The moon is out. It's covered by a lot of clouds that are starting to really roll in, and there's like purple lightning flashing way off in the distance.
All right. Right. So I will just kind of like follow the tracks.
All right. I swing the car around, and I have my like head hanging out the window, yelling at fuckface. Like, this is an all-around poor fucking idea what you're doing right here.
Great. So
Yeah.
first of all, the car, as you like swing it around, you hear a hiss, and you feel that the air under that front left tire is starting to give way a little bit, and the car is kind of like sinking a couple of inches up there. And fuckface, I'm curious, do you have a light source?
No,
Okay.
I don't roll that way.
All right. So through your narrow slits, you're kind of like, pushing your way towards these rock formations that are just off the road, in the very dim lightning light and moonlight. Marlon, what are you doing with the car? It's clearly listing a little bit.
All right. So Marlon, it'll come to a stop and shut off the car. As God fucking damn it, and he'll go get like a patch kit out of the trunk.
Okay, so you get out of the driver's seat. Owen, are you staying in the car to guard it?
No, Owen's gonna wander off after fuckface.
Okay, so fuckface, you're walking out there. We'll say that Marlon, having like swung the car towards you, he turned it off, but he left the lights on. So there's a little bit of like a stream of pale yellow light dashed, against the rocky ground in front of you.
Okay.
Marlon, you go to get to go and like patch the tire, and you quite easily find the problem. There's like there's a couple of like flecks and shards of like hard white substance lodged into the tire. We can.
Okay. I mean, whenever we get us.
This is like fine enough. We could just do it. We could let that sink into Marlon and the tire, and you guys could take a quick 5-minute break.
All right.
It's in the Marlin. All right, be right back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for taking a quick 5-minute break. So where were we, Marlon? You were about to patch up your tire when you find the hard, like white, crunchy shards
Straight up crack cocaine.
embedded. Yeah, no, they look a lot more bony than that, and they're stuck into the balding, thin tire that you have up there on the front left.
Marlon?
So what are you going to do, Marlon?
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at something else. Say again.
I said, you're patching the tire and you find these hard, like bony shards. Milk
Bony
white,
as in
stuck in,
shards
in,
of
like,
a bone.
seemingly. Yeah, like stuck into the balding, thin tire that you have on your car.
Balding thin tire. I don't know what kind of car you think this is.
I think I
It's
know
a
it's
middle-aged
like
Great
accountant.
care. I am the driver. If you hadn't realized. This
Let's just say it's not a brand new Goodyear. All right.
is news.
Look, I get a nice bat. He should get a nice car.
Audrey's pretty sweet, but
All right, yeah. You think this is the first time I've got a flat off of a human bone before?
it's human.
They all are. It's been a long time since I got a flat off of an elephant bone. I'll tell you that.
That's
Last time the circus was in
last
town
time the
in
circus
Jackson.
came in town.
Marlon's fixed an uncountable amount of flat tires in his life, so he will just kind of go about his business, jacking the car up a bit and patching the tire.
Sure. Okay, so while you're doing that, fuckface, you're walking out towards the outer limits of where the pale yellow light from Audrey's
Sure.
headlamps is.
Yeah.
It's splayed out. You're getting like close to the biggest rock formations out here, like up ahead a little bit of where Audrey stopped. You see some, like, through the pale light, you see a little bit of, what you would call tracks in the ground. And it doesn't rain here much, so they're reasonably fresh. But there's some crisscrossing. It's not quite clear, if it was just one vehicle or if it were where it had gone. And I guess you're just a few feet behind him, following up, looking out. So Fuckface, you keep going.
Yeah.
Follow like your best guess towards the stuff. The light from the car kind of fades out. You're sort of picking your way darkly across the desert floor. And you see up ahead, like, it's a little hard to tell in the shadows, but it looks like there's kind of an opening in the rocks ahead of you, like not exactly not like a full-fledged cave, but like there's some concavity to the rocks ahead of you.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And there's like pitch dark.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep going and see what's there.
Okay, so Owen, how close to Fuckface are you?
Let's see. So it's pretty dark out. I'll stay about at the edge of where I can see him, and the M4 that I normally have on my back, I'll sling down on its sling so that it's across my front. Not pointing it at anything yet, but right where I can get at it quickly if I need to.
Okay. So Fuckface is like right out at the outer limits of your sight. You can see him sort of disappearing into the shadows of this this cave thing. And a bolt of like purple lightning streaks out of the sky and slams into the ground, like not far away from you, back sort of towards where Audrey is. And you're knocked like flat on your ass. And you feel a familiar sensation of something that reminds you of what happened to you the very first time that you woke up out of stasis. I'm going to need you to roll some opening of your brain.
All right, roll weird.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got a 9. Very nice. So two things happen. First, you get a like a fleeting sensation of like a dark mind nearby to you, with some pretty cruel intentions, and you see in your mind the image of like a little girl, dead, lying on the ground, like bloody, wearing like a pretty tattered, raggedy, post-apocalyptic dress. And then you black out, and when you come to, you're stumbling out of your stasis chamber onto the ground, and standing above you is some sort of crazy dude in a metal faceplate.
Okay.
So that's where he is now? Do we go back in time?
I guess you could call it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, all right, okay, I got it.
I mean, I collapse on the ground.
All right, but when you're like coming out of your collapsisness, you look up, and there above you is like an unspeaking.
So the sun is just behind Fuckface's head, giving him a halo effect as you stare up at him.
There's only one angel in this game, and it's not you.
Yeah, that's Fuckface.
Oh, fuck me, you're an ugly one, aren't you?
So Fuckface's bat is like in his hand. He kind of like prods you with it.
I guess that probably means I'm alive, so that's a good thing.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time you ever met Fuckface.
No. I'm just wondering if that's what he said. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so sort of like silently, it's daytime, right? It's like hot.
Yeah. It's like high noon. You're not even sure, like Fuckface, where this person came from, but he's wearing some pretty strange clothes and talking in an accent you wouldn't normally hear around here.
Yeah. So the only response you hear is so the buzzing of a fly as it like zips around and like lands on Fuckface's sweaty forehead or top of his head, and then like lands somewhere else on him. He doesn't seem to notice either.
Well, I take it the entire world didn't end then.
Yeah. So Fuckface will just kind of like adjust his gaze very slightly towards the horizon.
I'm super excited for this conversation. This is awesome.
Do you speak any English?
So his eyes will return to you.
Hablas inglés? Anything else?
For the next 45 minutes,
Reckon the
Aaron
English.
lists every language that he knows.
Well, I can see this isn't going anywhere. Let's see. How about you lead me to whatever passes for your leadership around here, and we'll hope that one of them has something of their tongue left.
So Fuckface will like sort of like reach down, like grab you by the collar and like hoist you up.
Seems reasonable. My own legs don't seem to be working.
Are you can't do you stand or?
My legs aren't supporting me at the moment, so.
All right,
He
so
collapses like a marionette with cut strings.
so after a moment, Fuckface will just like kind of sling you over his shoulder and start like walking.
Much obliged.
There you go.
So, Fuckface, what you're walking, and ahead of you, Owen, you see like what looks like a big like rock outcropping, and strung across like two parts of it are like rusty metal bridge, and Fuckface is walking you towards. I mean, it's pretty hard to call it any kind of living space. There's like some shrubbery kind of things like strewn flat into like a bed shape, and a rock that might very well be his pillow, and like a recently bloodied carcass of some kind of desert animal that you're not sure what it was, but you don't really want to know, and that's what
like
he's
I said,
going for.
Not entirely curious, so. All right. At this point, I have not much option and not real reason to, distrust his intentions, so. He seems like a nice enough guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's the impression Fuckface gives, a nice enough guy. I'm a little surprised at that. I won't lie.
You really have no idea what it was like for Owen before he went into stasis, do you?
Well, no, actually, I don't. Owen, what's like the last thing you saw before you went into stasis? Before you saw Fuckface, what's the last thing you did see?
The face of my CO.
Oh yeah, was he also going into stasis, or was he just setting you in for a good long time?
Well, he was setting me in. It'd be difficult for one person going into stasis to put another person into stasis.
No. I meant like
the plan was.
Right, was the next thing he was doing to be like going into stasis as well?
Yeah, he'd be in stasis as well at the same place.
Was he there when you woke up?
Don't know. When I woke up, this is where we found me. I haven't had much of a chance to examine my my stasis chamber to see what it's like at this point yet.
So what are your clothes like?
Yeah.
They're combat fatigues, but I don't know to what extent you would recognize that, right? So they're kind of a drab olive color, generally baggy, lots of pockets, room for things like that, and various utility items clipped on in spots, shoved into pockets, that kind of thing.
Is there any like insignias on the combat fatigues or anything, like a nation state symbol or flags or
No.
like symbols
So-
of rank or?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, so fuckface has some concept of what that would be because it hasn't been intensely long since whatever happened.
No, and I mean, if you were familiar from, like pictures or whatever it was, it would be weird that there was no kind of insignia or symbols or anything of that sort on any of this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fuckface is also in the last 50, 60 years, which fuckface has been alive for a few of. The few people that have tried to like sort of keep order and were never able to, were generally wearing fatigues. They generally claimed like, oh yeah, we're from some sort of government and we're here to keep peace, right? It never really seemed to work, and they mostly would give up. But they definitely always had real markings on them.
Right. So I guess like Owen, you'll probably awaken a while later under the bridge, like I guess in the afternoon, and you can just see fuckface kind of like looking at your things. You've been like stripped down to your small clothes there,
Nothing. All right.
and you can say he's just kind of like inspecting your clothes, looking at maybe the lack of symbols or looking at your flashlight and stuff.
While I appreciate your deep and abiding regard for my comfort and the fact that this is a desert and it's a little bit of an off temperature for full clothes, I would appreciate it if you could give me my things back. And also, where the fuck are we?
So fuckface will just kind of like toss the clothes like halfway between you, and then continue to look at the flashlight he's got from your.
Owen will
Computer.
kind of take some shaky steps over and reclothe himself, and looks at fuckface and raises an eyebrow and says, "Do they not have flashlights anymore? Is that a new problem that we're gonna have to run into?"
Does it work?
Is this like a pocket flashlight?
Yeah. It's
It works?
a mag light, and it works. Yeah.
So he like figures out how to turn it on, and it like shines like right in his eye, and he doesn't seem to like flinch or anything.
I'm not sure you're going to want to waste the batteries on that. I can only imagine how difficult it'll be to find new ones.
So fuckface, did you see where Owen came from when he stumbled at your feet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So it's Owen's. I would say one thing that's pretty clear about Owen is that he is famished. This is a man who could use a little bit of sustenance. I don't know if he wants to voice that opinion, but I'm just saying, the guy's a bit hungry.
Owen's been in spots like that before, and he's also seen dead animals on the side of the road before, so he's going to wait until he can find something that he thinks won't kill him.
Yeah. So after a minute, fuckface will like disappear behind a piece of metal under this bridge, and then come back out with like a slightly old, slightly dried out like corpse of some kind of small animal, some kind of rabbit, squirrel.
Sure.
All right. Corpses.
That's an interesting thing to be musing about.
Let's see. When you say that it's kind of dried out, Owen has some experience with fending for himself in the wild, and he'd be able to tell whether this is dried in the sense that it's usable as food, or dried in the sense that it's been left outside in a desert for too long and is non-edible.
It's getting close, but it's like probably still you could eat it.
So at this point, I would say let's pause in a sense. I think Owen, you're going to need to read this person that is so clearly pretty inscrutable to you.
All right. I mean, I don't particularly care about him. I'm wondering about the corpse, but we'll take a stabbity stab.
I mean, if you would prefer to read the situation in general,
I was
that
looking
would
at
be
that,
okay
but it
with
doesn't
me.
really make any sense to read the situation for this.
Yeah, I don't think it's not quite that kind of thing.
But it doesn't. Exactly. I mean, this isn't. Maybe it's a charged situation. It's your call.
I don't think it's charged.
To me, this is just.
I don't think this is charged really.
So it's not really a read anything.
I would. All right. Well, how about then, in an unmechanical sense, I would simply allow you to ask Fuckface's player something that you want to know about his intentions.
I don't know. I kind of think this is going about as well as could be expected.
All
I feel
right.
like the situation speaks for itself.
Fair
there's
enough.
plenty of
It's
opportunity-
certainly not charged, other than the obvious sexual tension between you two.
I mean, he had his chance. Well,
yeah,
it was in skivvies.
And took it.
Yeah.
So like, there's no more tension.
Oh god. Okay. Anyway, so what was going on? You were handing him the corpse, a dried up corpse, and you were trying to see if you could figure out something about it.
He'll just, pull out his knife and try to cut some pieces that are slightly less horrifying than others. Go at it jerky style.
So Fuckface, while Owen is parsing apart this animal corpse and trying to see if he can get some sustenance in him, you hear off in the distance the screech, the unmistakable screech of tires out in the desert.
Yeah, so you see Fuckface's like hand go to his the bat handle on his back, and he like crouches down like an inch, right? Just
At the
gets to the
ready.
balls of his feet. Yeah.
You're expecting trouble then.
I mean, I don't think he even has to answer that.
That's part of that's our shtick.
Yeah,
That's our thing.
Good thing. Sorry.
He
Apologize.
asks me questions, I don't answer them.
It's really good. It's good for the audience. They get a whole like dynamic duo thing going on here.
Yeah.
We're trying.
This is the start. This is the genesis.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the screeching like gets closer. There's like the rumble of rocks being tossed up all over the place. You see like dirt kicking up in the distance, just like over, dirt like rising up over the rocks that form like the back of your shelter where you have everything.
Yeah, so Fuckface is gonna start like climbing up like the side of the bridge.
Owen draws a sidearm, which, despite having basically stripped him earlier, you did not see any evidence of.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Owen, are you gonna stay down there where you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Fuckface, you start climbing the bridge, and you can see like a car. Well, we'll just call it some sort of vehicle, some sort of mishmash vehicle. Anyway, like barreling towards you up the slope that kind of like leads to the like far side of the bridge. And you see in the distance behind that, it's like kind of hard to see through the dust, but there's clearly like a bunch of other vehicles, like something back there. They look like they might be motorcycles, barreling towards this vehicle that's coming towards you.
So it's a chase.
Well, either that or a leader leading the pack.
All right. But they're going over the bridge?
They're coming to the bridge. Yeah, there's like a slope that leads up to the far side of the bridge, right? And then the bridge comes down like into the canyon where you sort of live.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll wait until I get closer. Sorry, there's not a lot I can do right now.
Okay. So, Marlin, my friend, you're in your car in a totally different story. No, I'm just kidding. You're in your car barreling towards a bridge that you know leads to a nice kind of like dark canyon with a bunch of like twists and turnoffs that you can hopefully sort of slide into. But these motorcyclists are closing hard on you, and you know that they want the package in the back seat. You've got the briefcase with the glowing golden light in it that everybody wants. You're muted.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's not a lot of glowing lights left at this point, so it is quite valuable.
Yeah. This is like option numero uno on the find the courier hit list thing. So they're getting real close to you. You're like about to approach this bridge. You've been over it before, and it's pretty rickety and rusty. And there might be a troll living under it. There might not be. We're not sure.
I'm friends with that troll.
Well, not yet.
All right. Well, so I show these motorcyclists that there's a little more speed to Audrey than I've let on, and as I mash down the accelerator, I hear the engine growl as Audrey starts to accelerate further away. Do you want to actually roll like Road War moves or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I wanted to try them out. We're doing 2E, right? And nobody's gotten to see the Road War.
All right, so I mean, there is actually outdistance another vehicle, so that seems
Let's
super
see it.
appropriate.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So roll cool.
Ooh.
I get a 10. So on a 10, you outdistance them and break away.
All right. So you just like absolutely smoke these guys, right? Like you press the little the red button on Audrey's throttle, and she like sputters into overdrive and kicks up a whole bunch of dirt behind her, making it really hard to see where she even went. Although it's pretty clear she's going for the bridge, right? Well, he did it. He did it, Owen. And Audrey like really guns it. Her at this point nice and deeply treaded tires like just slamming over all the rocks and grit and flying right across the bridge, like no worry about the rustiness of it, and into the entrance of the canyon. But the motorcyclists, they keep coming. Like they can't quite see you anymore through the dirt, but they know you're in there somewhere, and they're on their way. So Fuckface, what is it that you're gonna do now that this guy has crossed your bridge and come into your canyon?
So he's just going over the bridge on top?
Yeah.
Or he's come down into the canyon?
No. So the bridge, like, so it's like a slope up. I don't have a map for it, unfortunately.
I guess I'm afraid I'm not quite understanding.
Okay, yeah, sure. So let me just get like off onto. Sorry. Just get you off. I'm gonna draw you like a really shitty map.
Great.
So here's just like a blank screen, right? You're just like, there's a slope up out of the desert, right? And the bridge here goes across like a big gulf in the canyon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes back down, it like slopes. It slopes down and leads like off into the canyon itself. Right. So this goes over like the biggest part, but this is going to go down into the canyon eventually, which is why there's like twists and turns in all directions, somewhere that Marlin might be able to hide his car.
Okay, so are they gonna like pass by my camp?
So your camp, I believe, is like down here in the main gully, like the biggest, deepest part, right? And you climbed like up the side of it to the bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, this is whatever. I'm not Michael. I don't have like a stylist.
On demand.
I'm like a stylist and beautiful. In fact, we're just, now that you get some concept of it, we're just gonna move away from here because I'm embarrassed.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I really appreciate
You-
that.
you tried.
The votes of confidence for the Peanut Gallery are like,
You
know,
get a check plus.
Well, you know, you exited your comfort zone.
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like we all have a better idea now about where this canyon is and what.
I'm just not.
Philosopher's
I'm
Journal.
not sure exactly how we're gonna deal with the snail, but I'm glad that we now know that it's here.
I hate all of you with a burning passion that
Yeah, that
consumes
smell
my
was
very
brutal.
soul.
Yes.
I'm not.
I'm not sure
not
how it got a morning star, but that's a real issue.
Look, if the snail really wants fuckface to talk to him, I'll talk to it.
Oh, there we go. We found out.
I
All
mean,
that
What it takes to get to the bottom.
Been waiting
That
for this
is
snail for a long time.
Like a snail with a medieval weapon.
All right. Well, the
You
chat.
like- I mean,
Appreciate
whatever.
it.
I don't even care what. I don't want to know what the chat says because those guys are critical.
No, the
And
chat
Wasn't
loved it.
critical. Your
The chat's the
actual
only
audience
one who,
actually appreciated it.
Oh, the chat's on my side. Oh, I love
Yeah.
you all, chat folks. You're the best.
It's
The
just
fact
chat
that you
folk.
appreciated.
It is
Listen,
Donald Trump.
it's not Quincy Porter, is it? Because Quincy Porter's like our dude.
No,
No.
it's not Quincy Porter.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Well,
So right. So
tell me what you're thinking here. Tell me what you're thinking, and we'll work it out, like, logistically.
I'm thinking if some of these guys pass by the camp, right, that I have, like I'm just going to defend myself, right? Fuckface will leap into action. He'll probably like headbutt a person that's riding a motorcycle. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I want to happen. I want to see the person riding the motorcycle and Fuckface standing there, and it's like a joust, and then they headbutt and Fuckface wins. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking.
Obviously.
That's what's in my brain.
Obviously, I mean, there's no way that like.
I mean,
that
I'll roll
could
for
be-
it, but like this is what my character
There's,
does.
there's no way that,
Literally
that
no other
anything else
choice.
could be happening here than that. Okay, so
That's what got in my brain.
hold on 1 second. Let me check something. Where did you just go? I'm gonna make this a little better. Okay, so you're like up on the bridge, right? You've climbed up it, right? Like repaint me your wood picture. You climbed up on this bridge.
Yeah, so I guess
Car
like
has
I
just
guess
passed you. Do you
Marlon
give
must
a
like
shit about the car passing you?
Marlon must like drive past and he sees this like tall, like not like fairly muscular man just standing there, like not really like paying attention to how close he is to a speeding vehicle.
Right, sure.
And then I'm thinking that these motorcycles are sort of headed like straight towards me, and it looks like a well maintained bridge.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I had to grab this. Imagine,
They,
imagine it's rusty and
Okay.
Look, they don't make them.
apocalyptia.
They don't make them like they used to.
No,
Well,
in fact.
apparently they do is the point.
All right. You know what? You can just.
Right. So anyway. All right. So so Fuckface is good. I imagine like one of the motorcycle guys like sees Fuckface and he's like, I want to get this guy.
Yeah, totally. Right. So the motorcyclists are approaching. They're running. They're like driving as fast as they can. Right. They see you, and their first thought is like, whoever the fuck that is, like, right, they're like on the warpath. They're like, we're going for that dude. So like the lead guy swerves his bike towards you.
Yeah. Right. So Fuckface
And
is
just starts like riding down on you hard.
just is gonna like stand there until like the last possible moment, and then like leap forward, like head back, and like try to just head like face to face headbutt this guy.
So like face butt this guy.
Face
With
butt
your-
this
with
guy.
your-
yeah.
You're face plating him.
I mean, like I ideally our foreheads make contact, but like, you get what you get.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you. Let's keep 2Eing the crap out of this. I'm gonna let you sucker this guy because he was not expecting this. So I just need a roll to start with.
Okay, so just roll like 2d6.
Roll roll 2d6.
All right. An 8.
Okay, totally fine. So you like launch yourself into the air, right, towards this guy. You know, it's not quite as easy as it sounds to just like dive over a motorcycle going, 100 miles an hour or so and hit you. Right, so like you like basically barrel like whole body into this thing. Right?
Well,
like,
so if it helps, I have a move called "Oh yeah" with an exclamation point.
Okay, wait. Let's hear this. Does it involve slamming through walls? Because that
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay.
It says, roll
I'm
plus
not
hard to smash your way through scenery or get to or away from something. So I guess I would be getting to him, smashing through his motorcycle.
Okay, all right, fine. I'll allow it. Roll plus your hard.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Let's do this. Let's see
This
this.
should
Because if
be
it doesn't
good.
go well, I'm excited.
All right. Well,
Oh my
you,
fucking
my friend,
God.
have been
Okay.
decimated.
All right.
I'm the GM now.
Not,
Roll
I wish. Anyway. Okay. So that's a pretty good roll. I'm pretty impressed.
13. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. For 2d6, that's quite impressive actually. So you fly forward, right? Like you leap like cartoon ninja style into the air towards this guy. Your knee, right? One of your knees like catches the handlebar of the bike, but instead of it hurting your knee, it like catches right on the like metal plates that you have reinforcing your knees, and you just like you slam the metal. I mean, this is not a well-maintained bike, right? This thing's like 50 years old. There's no good parts. You like slam the whole thing back with the force that it's coming at you. It catches the guy in the chest, and as his chest cavity is like collapsing off the mirror that's on it and such, your forehead like crashes basically through his, and you have a metal plate covering even that part of you, right?
Yeah. It's my whole
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your hair gets like blown back with.
Oh, I don't have any hair, but that's fine.
Oh, you don't.
No, I'm bald.
Okay, well that takes away a little bit of the fun.
I'm
But
sorry.
bits of like blood and brain matter like fly off your shiny bald head as you basically smash through his with your metal plate, and you land cat-like on your feet on the other side.
And how does he land?
He actually swerves off of the canyon and essentially headless goes like tumbling off of it into the off the bridge rather into the canyon, where there's like an odd-sized explosion from his motorcycle.
Like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, like a completely unnecessarily
We'll
large
die.
explosion.
All right, fine.
Quite an impressive attack.
I imagine Marlon's like in his rearview mirror, like what the.
Yeah. Marlon's just doing
What
one of these like he does like a double take into Audrey's mirror. So Marlon, you're like you're at the other end of the bridge. Basically, you're about to like go down the slope into the actual canyon where you were gonna hide, but you notice this guy behind you just like popped a guy's head off like exploding cherry or something, and he flew off the bridge. So, what are you gonna do about that?
all right. Marlon, this isn't something you see every day. Certainly, nobody ever seems to come to your rescue when you're being
like every
chased.
other day, this is an occurrence.
When you're being chased by crazy post-apocalyptic motorcycle bandits.
Sure.
So you see Audrey kind of come to an abrupt turn. Marlon like slams the brake, and it kind of screeches to a halt. And Marlon will like step out of the vehicle and kind of see if he can get a good look at this mysterious savior.
Are you leaving Audrey running, or are you just like that flabbergasted that you like cut the engine and
No,
jerk to the side
I leave
for
her
that?
running. It's not exactly
gas
like I
in the
trust
ass,
the mysterious like come from out of nowhere and like vaporize a motorcyclist guy. Not that stupid.
That's a good way to put it. That motorcyclist was basically vaporized. Yeah, Yeah, so there's like 6 more of them, and basically they were going so fast, fuckface, that
The rest of them
they-
blew by me.
they basically blown by you, right? And a couple of them like screeched to a stop in just like some mix of like fear, astonishment, anger, and like they just shit their pants. And the other 4 of them see that Marlon's car has stopped and gleefully start like barreling towards him.
Okay.
At the other end of the bridge. So, whichever one of you wants to do something about that, you let me know.
What about Owen? That's what
I don't know
wanna
about Owen. I'm not sure if Owen can even see from here exactly. I mean, you did see a motorcycle come flying off the bridge.
Yeah, no, Owen's, cool with the situation.
It's fine. It's all good.
This is fine.
This is the
Owen's
new
like-
normal.
Yeah, Owen really quickly adapted. Psychic maelstrom, collapsing.
Well,
leg
apparently, it sounds
forward.
like things were a lot worse before he
I was
before he
gonna
went to
say, I
sleep.
don't think adapted is the right term. This is like actually pretty comfortable.
It seems like he's on vacation.
He's like, oh my
now,
god,
which is
things have
like-
gotten better since I went into stasis. This is great. I'm so glad stuff has relaxed.
Like,
I'm so glad that people are more chill now.
Yeah. Seriously, consider my interaction with Fuckface so far.
That's true. Fuckface is a pretty chill
He's
guy.
a really chill dude. Everything is great so far. Only one motorcycle explosion per like 12-hour period. That's a really good ratio.
Well, I mean, it might go down or up depending on.
All right. Well,
it could get real bad right here.
Marlon will, seeing that there are still motorcycles that have, I guess, gotten through. Not all of them were vaporized. He will quickly dive back into his car, and you can hear the
took, like,
wheels
a
like
moment to
squeal as he
applaud.
like spins around and continues.
You took like one moment to applaud Fuckface, basically, and then like quickly.
Well, I saw this motorcyclist get like destroyed, and I was hoping maybe that that they would break off their pursuit, but seeing that most of them got through, I guess that's not the case. So the race is on, or the chase is on, rather.
Yeah, I mean they want that suitcase. Well, I'll let you guys weigh in here, but in the interest of keeping to our schedule, if you want, I will gladly leave it there till next week, with 4 of them closing in on Marlon's car, and 2 of them facing off quite trepidatiously with the guy who just blew their companion's head apart with his own skull.
Well, so I think that's a good idea, but before we go, I was thinking maybe that this, like, surrounded by these motorcyclists at the top of a bridge, having like bits of skull like dripping off his face,
Sure. Yeah.
that
What do you
Fuckface
wanna
would
say
open
about
his
this?
mind to the psychic maelstrom.
That seems reasonable.
Well, I'm in.
I mean, if you're gonna turn me down, you can, but like,
No. I'm amused by the idea of anything here being reasonable, no matter what you had just said.
Yeah.
But I would most gladly, let you open your mind to the Psychic Maelstrom. And,
okay.
and for the love of God, somebody fail something for once.
I mean, I failed a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't actually think that failing on opening your mind is like particularly interesting. To be honest.
What?
Oh, that's wrong.
I think you did something wrong,
But
sir.
that's right, and it's pretty close, almost as
Holy
preposterous.
Yeah.
You just
So
you
right.
just essentially you rolled a natural 13. If that's
That's right. Yeah.
if that's like a thing. So
So I was trying
you're
to look
opening your mind.
Roll 26 plus on.
I was like, "Whoa!" Oh well.
So I could be a real stickler and a dick with the rules and just tell you you already know everything there is to know about this situation. So sorry, but I won't do that. Well, so let's start with this. What is it that you're looking for with your mind opening? Are you just looking for like an advantage over this situation, or what? Like
No, you know what?
give me an understanding of why Fuckface, having destroyed this guy, would open up to the Psychic Maelstrom.
Because Fuckface is a sensitive guy, and
Okay.
and he these are now people that he is intimately involved with. He knows them better than he knew his own mother, and he just wants to get to know them a little better. What are that? Why are they here? What are they doing? What are their names? What do they like to do? What is their favorite ice cream? That kind of stuff.
Do they still have ice cream?
No.
It's their favorite flavor of
why do we
Chinese.
know what sugar is? Can we have that plain Russian ice cream that's just
Ice cream flavor.
It's
just ice?
It's just ice cream. There's no flavor.
it's ice flavored? Okay, so I mean a 13 is pretty good. So here's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You see in your mind, right?
Yeah.
You see an image of Marlin, and you know his name instantly, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because Marlin. You see an image of
This is
him.
doing good. I can't say it. It's like,
I know. That's
okay,
the best
fine.
part.
All right, good.
You see it. You know this guy's name is Marlin. You see an image of him, like successfully delivering an important package to somebody, right? And you feel like you get like an empathetic feel of the pride that he has in having done this, right? And you feel like this guy does what he does, and then he takes pride in that shit, and like nobody should be able to fuck with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see an image of Owen in your mind, and you see his name but only written down, so you have no idea how to pronounce it, even if you were a speaker. You ponder for a moment confusedly at the spelling of that, and you're like, that's not
Okay. All right.
and you feel from Owen, you see like the imagery in your mind is of like a cloud, right? You see a couple of images, sort of from like Owen's point of view, but very, very misty. You see like the past. You see him in his uniform, side by side with other people in the uniform, including his CO, the last face that he saw before he went into stasis.
Mm-hmm.
You see an image of like out on a lush forest floor, and looking up through the trees, you see just like a massive object hanging in the sky, like black as black. It's a bright day, but there's just like a massive black, like the shape so big that you can't even really define it, hanging in the sky.
Okay.
And you feel Owen's acceptance of where he is, and you're surprised at it. You feel how Owen has like no concern over who you are, and you're surprised that he's so accepting.
And what about the bikers?
Yeah, so the bikers, yes, I know. We'll get
Okay,
into
fair
the
enough.
bikers.
Okay, cool. You're good.
There's a shockingly straightforward feeling from the bikers, and you know it well, and it's nothing but greed. There's no hatred. There's not even necessarily animosity. They just want, and the want is driven by absolute like carnal need, right? This isn't like the greed for money. This is like, we are going to be the ones to survive, and we need what this fucking courier has, right? That's basically what they're all thinking, except two of them who are thinking about the fact that they just shit their pants having watched one of their companions' head blown apart, and those
by
are
another person's head.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you feel from reading.
It's like when you crush two M&Ms together and one comes out on top.
Right.
I'm always the one that comes out on top.
And that's I think where we'll leave it, with
Right.
you having opened your mind to the second question.
Very nice job.
So thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you, audience, for watching. This has been Live from Beyond and the second session of Apocalypse World. If you're watching us on the YouTube, you can check out our live stream on the Twitch, where we make all the mistakes and say the extra stupid things, Tuesdays at 7:30. And if you're watching us on the Twitch, then I'm sorry, and you can go check us out slightly more refined on the YouTube whenever we put it up. So thanks again, everybody, and have a good night.